Gandhi said, "The greatness of a nation and its moral progress can be judged by the way its animals are treated." In the United States, there are millions of animals caged, stabbed, tortured, and abused for animal testing. This has been going on for years and can be traced back to circa 500 BC when physician scientists such as Aristotle performed experiments on animals to discover living organisms' functions. Today, animals are used for testing cosmetic products, medication, household cleaners, tobacco products, and many more items you may use in your daily routine. Although we have seen benefits come from animal testing, we are now living in a time where it is unnecessary and ineffective. The logic behind animal testing is that humans share similar structures and functions, which in theory allows researchers to see potential effects of products on humans without having to test on humans. But we are faced with the issue of size. When testing drugs, scientists tend to experiment on animals who are much smaller than us, thus leading them to have to inject animals such as guinea pigs, rats, and monkeys with much smaller doses of the drug. This is one of the reasons human trials have such a high failure rate. UnderstandingAnimalResearch.org states that 94% of drugs that pass animal testing fail in human trials. This can also be dangerous for humans. Take, for instance, the drug Vioxx, a drug meant for arthritis that during animal testing showed it had a protective effect on the heart of mice, but when sold to humans caused more than 27,000 cardiac deaths. There have been many more drugs with similar outcomes, proving that animal testing is not as accurate as researchers would like you to believe. During Aristotle's time, they did not have the technology we carry today. The only way for advancement was through animal testing. We have the ability today to avoid animal testing altogether. Methods such as in vitro testing can be used to reduce or even replace animal testing altogether. In vitro testing is testing done on human or animal cells in a test tube. This allows researchers to perform a more detailed analysis on any product they are testing, and it avoids any harm done to animals. It's even cheaper. The Humane Society International found that animal tests were more expensive than in vitro testing in every scenario studied. The COVID-19 pandemic has also demonstrated that scientists can skip animal testing altogether and go straight to human trials with the use of human volunteers. There are thousands of humans who have the desire to improve medical care and are willing to be involved in clinical trials. Animals, on the other hand, are taken, held captive, tortured by force. Here you will see a very small insight on how animals are treated in labs. These helpless animals are put into painful experiments and are often given minimal aftercare. Imagine having your skull drilled into and not given as much as an Advil for the pain. In 1966, the Animal Welfare Act, the AWA, was signed into law, regulating the treatment of animals in research, but only 5% of animals used in experiments are covered by this law. The Hastings Center states that the types of animals covered by the AWA account for fewer than 1 million animals used in research facilities each year. That leaves roughly about 25 million other animals without protection from mistreatment. The 95% of animals that are not covered by the AWA are abused psychologically and physically for the demands of humans, although we have alternatives readily available for research. Scientists have seen in various cases how testing animals is not only harmful to the animals, but can also be harmful or even lethal to humans. It is cruel to mistreat animals in laboratories in this day and age, being able to use human cells or even human volunteers, which allows for better results in the products we are distributing.